set loves nature and melting metal. And the internet likes to watch him combine the two to form striking works of functional art. His popularity on TikTok and Instagram blew up in 2023.
I woke up one day and a celebrity bought 3 pieces in the end right off of TikTok.
Quinn now has thousands more social media followers than the population of his hometown of Berlin.
So my metalworking really became like it took a different path. Instead of becoming more like a job, it was able to become a passion too. My whole thing is I don't like grind the stones down or flatten it or polish it or anything. I just like to leave it in its completely natural state because I think that they're just so beautiful as they are.
Born and raised in the North Country, it's no wonder that Quinn feels a deep connection to nature. We first introduced him to you in 2021 after he completed the White Mountain National Forest Centennial Sculpture at the Dolly Cop Campground in Gorham.
I went to school for industrial design, so I really enjoy like the mechanical side of making things and getting things to actually function, but I also love to make fine art, and fine art's kind of something that's inherently not useful, so I found a balance between kind of my passion for going outside and finding different pieces of natural materials that catch my eye and then bringing a little piece of the outdoors indoors for people. This is one of my all-time favorite pieces. This is a piece of maple, and the top of this thing, it was a huge standing dead tree in the forest. And I just loved the underside of it because it had all these crazy burls on it where like branches grew out, and I cut it down. People want something that's more high touch, something that's tactile, more so than high tech and new, because we just have so much of that. So I think like having these artworks in their house where you can actually touch a real stone or touch a really interesting piece of wood is kind of like grounding for people.
Down the road in Durham, sculptor Marcus Weinfurter is tucking in some of his large copper sculptures for the winter after their summer Seacoast farm tour, where they were admired by many. The German-born artist likes to build big, think bigger, and connect his love for the theater into all of his works of art.
This is a scarab beetle. The wings, the body, everything is copper sheet, recycled copper. And I got the copper from the roof of the house actually when a new roof went on. Everything is recycled, all the metal, wire, everything is recycled. They're like old campaign signs, rebar, and just, you know, stuff that I find. From transfer stations, from junkyards, from somewhere on the roadside. And I like to recycle materials because I think we live in a society of excess, and there's enough stuff around and I don't have to buy anything new.
A self-professed Renaissance man, Marcus is much more than a sculptor.
The 2 hardest questions of my life are where do you live and what do you do? You know, so I always ask how much time do you have? I grew up in Germany. After I finished at university, studying at university politics and social science, I ran away with the circus. I never really could decide on one straight career path, and I had a lot of different interests, and I just decided to do them all. And the theater was kind of the place where they all came together.
It was in one of those traveling theater troupes that he met his wife, Doria, and moved to the United States in 2010.
I had done a lot of welding and set building and set carpentry back in Europe, and I always wanted to build metal sculptures, but I never had the opportunity for it. So when I came here, I had a winter and I had some time, and so I went around in the area to machine shops and collected old metal scraps, and that's where I found the materials for my first sculpture, the fish, that is at the Durham Library. When I see scraps of metal, my 3D printer just starts to go crazy, and I assemble all these things in my head, and then I have an inspiration and I build a sculpture. My first inspiration was to have the seahorse made with a toothbrush. That's why it's a little, there's a little twist to the sculpture, kind of as a statement piece about ocean pollution. And as with many of my sculptures, I end up with less of a statement, and this is where I ended up. I like about it that you can create three-dimensional beings. You can create three-dimensional objects that tell a story. And I try to tell optimistic stories or critical stories, it depends, and inspire people's imagination.